Hi everybody, welcome back. Here's another all matte, beautiful blue indigo eyeshadow look for you. Of course, I started with the Beauty Bay All Set Eye Base in the shade 1 and just built that up on my lid and blended it out with a actually dry beauty blender. Just wet it. I was so lazy today. And then I took the shade blue from the Bright Matte 42 palette by Beauty Bay as well and just packed that all over the lid. You can see what my favorite colors are in this palette, obviously. And then as my transition shade, I went in with the Blend Bunny Sickly Sweet palette in the shade Fake It. It is a very light matcha green minty color, and started working that in and applying that all over the brow bone. I wanted these colors specifically, and I knew it was going to be a little bit of a challenge to blend them, so I just kind of went in and didn't really care how messy it got on the lid because I just went back in with that blue shade and packed it on, blended, went back in with that Fake It shade and just kept blending and going back and blending and blending and blending until we got something that wasn't so patchy and crazy looking. Also, the last time I used this palette, I got glitter all over the place. So if you see little bits of glitter on my lid, that's actually not supposed to be there. It was a little irritating to me because it was almost impossible to get off, so I just kind of rolled with it. But this is an all matte eyeshadow palette. And I'm blending with the Morphe M503 brush with this and just going back and forth, working it in, blending until it is as seamless as I want it to be. And then I took the shade Inside Joke from the Blend Bunny Blends palette and packed that on the brow bone to really intensify that mint shade. And then I kind of lightly put that on the Morphe M503 brush and just kind of diffuse that on the inner corner as well. And then with this flat synthetic brush, I took that shade Brooding, is that what it's called? In the Sickly Sweet palette. It's like a deep forest green shade. And I smoked that out on the lash line and then started working that into the crease. I lightly packed that on with the Morphe M507 brush and just really took my time and blended that on the outer corner, and then whatever is left I slowly started to smoke it out and take it up into the crease ever so slightly. I wanted this to be very like soft and diffused, or else I would have used like a black eye pencil as the base for the eyeliner and then smoke it out and then pack this color on top. But also I wanted to use kind of like a lighter mascara. I didn't know if I was going to use gray or brown today, and I didn't really want that to clash. And then I went in with that same Fake It, that minty color, and started dragging the outer corner downwards to kind of create this unique shape. I've been really liking the idea of kind of following my natural eye shape that kind of droops downwards rather than extending it horizontally, which is what I usually do for like the skinny eyeliner. I think that a skinny eyeliner would actually look really cool against this now that I'm thinking about it, so I might try that for my next look. Anyways, going back in with that Brooding shade and just building that same color and then lightly dragging that downwards. I wanted to really intensify the crease and that shape, that kind of rounded, unique shape. So I went in with that same deep forest color in the crease, and then instead of blending that out with that same shade, I went in with the Blends palette again. This is the shade Remedy, just a super bright green. Kept that focused on the inner part of the crease, and I'm really dabbing and focusing it on that part specifically so it doesn't look like the entire crease is blended with the green shade. And then I'm taking Bobbing Along in that same Bright Matte 42 palette and intensifying the navy in that lid color, but just on the center part of the lid. And then for my waterline, I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio in Hunter Green and just smoking that out with the Brooding shade from the Sickly Sweet palette and just blending and blending. I was having the worst time with this. My eyes were tickling so bad and it was just beyond irritating. I couldn't do anything on the bottom lash line for more than like 5 seconds without having to blink a million times. I went in and curled my lashes and then used the crystal mascara from Thrive Causemetics. They have really nice mascaras. They're tubing mascaras and they always hold the curl really well. That's all I care about, honestly. I feel like all mascaras kind of, you know, do basically the same thing, but if it holds a curl, I'm locked in. And then I took the shade Gentle from the Cosmic Brushes Neutrals palette and just kind of put that in the crease to give it a little bit of something more neutral. And then to balance everything, I just swept that under the lash line. I love Cosmic Brushes palettes. Can't stop using them. I have to force myself to branch out and use other palettes because I could use them every day for the rest of my life. I'm not even kidding. For the lashes, I took some white lashes that I found on Amazon, coated them in some brown liquid liner, let that dry, and then I used mascara to just kind of give them a wet look on the ends, and then cut them up into clusters and just kind of put them wherever I wanted. I should have used some eyeshadow to kind of mattify that dried clear lash glue, but regardless, it's fine. I went in with the Cosmic Brushes lip liner in the shade Rebel, line my lips, and then to kind of deepen that, I took the Kaleidos lip liner in the shade, I believe it was Hickory, but I will list everything again in the description. I just went over that to kind of give it a little bit more dimension, and then set that with a setting powder to really mattify my lip. And then use the Lit Loose Pigment from Timmery Cosmetics and literally tap that all over where I wanted to highlight and then some because I knew it would photograph kind of cool. Yeah, that completes this eyeshadow look. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I will link everything in the description. And if you want to like, comment, and subscribe, I would absolutely love that. Bye, guys.